friends, and welcome to the Dreary Midnight Podcast. My name is Lisa, my pronouns are she, they.
My name is Celeste, my pronouns are she, her.
And for my first episode of the year, we are continuing the long-running series of ghostly women dressed in colors.
Oh, I've missed this series. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, but today it is women in green. So,
Green.
let's get into it. Intro music.
Intro music. It's a soft one because I'm tired. We just had a party yesterday.
Yeah, it was a very great party.
Thank you.
But
Women in green.
women in green.
I've never heard this. I've heard of white. I've
Yeah.
heard of gray. I've heard of black.
Yeah, but green was a new one. And I thought like, okay, well, I hadn't heard a ton, so turns out there's not a ton to hear. But
That's probably why I haven't heard of it.
yeah.
I also want to say that both of our microphones are green right now. Like you can change the color, customize it or whatever.
Yeah. But so we're going to be in France. We are going to be in New Hampshire in the U.S. We're going to be
Those are two very different places.
Colonial Williamsburg very briefly, and then Fyvie Castle in Scotland, talk a little bit about Scottish lore, and then we'll be done. So, with France, is Chateau de Brissac. Also, my apologies to any French speakers in the audience. I took Spanish and ancient Greek. So, any pronunciation, please shoot us an email, drearymidnightpodcast@gmail.com. But, Chateau de Brissac was built in the 11th century, taken over by the Brissac family in the 15th century, so the 1400s. It was ransacked in 1792. In my loose knowledge of French history, I don't remember which number revolution 1792 was, but it was one of them.
I'm the wrong person to ask.
But it lay in ruin for about 50 years until the Brissac family started rebuilding again in 1844. The Brissac family, the Dukes de Brissac, still live and work there today. And the lady in green there, because it's France, is called La Dame Verte, because I think that's just the green lady in French. French speakers of Dreary Midnight, please write in. So her name, or she's suspected to be Charlotte de Brizay, who was the illegitimate daughter of King Charles VII and his mistress Agnes Sorel. And in 1492, a marriage was arranged between Charlotte and Jacques de Brizay. It had been claimed that the marriage was politically motivated, and the two didn't actually love each other. This is from ancient origins. But also, again, their nobility in 1492, like, it's more likely than not that it's politics.
It's more likely than not they never even met.
until they
the
had
wedding
to, like,
day.
Yeah. So again, from ancient origins, end of May of 1477, Jacques is said to have returned from a hunting trip, had dinner with his wife, went to his room, did not sleep in the same bed, and in the middle of the night, a servant woke up Jacques to inform him that his wife was having an affair with a man by the name of Pierre de Lavergne. Jacques caught the wife and the lover red-handed. In a fit of rage, murdered the adulterous couple.
My goodness.
and-
He didn't even like her.
Well, okay, so I do wonder, this is 15 years in.
That's true.
They didn't say what the childbearing situation is, but if they hadn't had a son yet, that could be more of a deal. Because, something lineage, something.
Yeah.
But apparently Jacques moves out shortly after, as he could not stand the moaning of his late wife's and her lover's ghosts. Could not find any other stories about the lover ghost. But Charlotte, again, is often seen wandering the halls wearing green. And
Why green specifically?
could not tell you.
Got it.
And she has holes where her eyes and her mouth should be.
Oh, well, their mouth is a hole. But
But
I think it's probably
no lips, no lips and no no
Oh.
lashes, kind of thing.
Oh, that's terrifying.
I know.
That is a horrifying.
Yeah.
How he killed her? I mean, She's
Didn't
just
say.
deciding to be scary.
Yeah.
Basically.
A lot of the Lady in Green ones are sort of, I tried to trace back the well, yeah, he did stab her in the eyeball or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But could not trace down stab in the eyeball type of stuff for a lot of these. But one that was definitely debunked by contemporaries, or at least the haunting was Ocean-born Mary. Probably isn't actually a ghost, but I love her backstory, so
Okay, tell me.
yeah. So Ocean-born Mary is born on the ocean. So her
Aphrodite
parents,
much?
yeah. So her parents were Elizabeth and John Wilson, and 1720 they're on a ship from Ulster to Boston trying to get out of the violence in their community back in the UK. I've heard that the couple is Scottish. I've heard that they're from Northern Ireland. Whatever.
Okay.
And on the way, the ship gets besieged by pirates. And I've heard two versions of what happens when the pirates are on board. Either Mary is already born, and the captain hears the screams of the infant because the infants don't know when to shut up because they're infants. Or this that Elizabeth is pregnant with Mary, and the stress of being captured by pirates sends her into premature labor.
Oh, well, that could do it.
Yeah. Either way, the pirate captain becomes aware of an infant on board, and he says he'll spare their lives if the baby gets named after his own mother, Mary.
Okay.
They say yes, because if there's a guy with a gun and no way out, you'd probably say yes too.
Seriously.
And he apparently gives them a bolt of green silk for Mary's eventual wedding dress. So either way, whatever the situation is, Mary's now Mary, presumably after the pirate's mom.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely gets married in light green silk. The dress is still preserved and on display. So we definitely know,
It's green.
this is Mary Wilson's wedding dress when she gets married. The family is going to Boston. They eventually settle in New Hampshire. She does grow up and does get married wearing light green, has 4 kids, is known to be, they're all quite tall and ginger, and Mary is no exception. The spooky story, this is according to the New England Historical Society, but the spooky story was likely invented in 1917 by Gus Roy. He had bought the Mary's house, her family home with her husband and her 4 kids, and said there was treasure in the backyard, said the house was haunted by a woman in light green silk, and so on and so on. And he also rented out shovels to people to try to dig up for the treasure.
Oh,
The treasure that he alleged was back there.
I get it.
Yeah, and the house was allegedly haunted again by a tall red-headed woman in a light green wedding gown. Thing is, I don't know if she went on to have 4 kids and presumably live for at least long enough to bear 4 kids and likely a couple years after. Why would she haunt in her wedding dress?
It was the prettiest dress she owned. I don't know. I would want to haunt in a really beautiful dress, I think.
Maybe she's mad that the wedding dress isn't in the family home anymore. I don't know.
Also, does she look young, like when she was getting married? Or is she like a matronly woman in a wedding dress?
Who knows?
I'm assuming she looks like she did on her wedding day, considering that's the only time you'd wear it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Gus Roy is probably dead now, so we can't ask him.
I'm sure that since it's very obviously made up, he probably just thought aesthetically looked a lot better.
Yeah, and also, if we're going for a spooky story, why not go full hog for spooky stories? She's apparently in life was around 6 foot tall. So of course, a 6 foot tall woman with long red hair and its dramatic wedding dress, that is a dramatic story, right?
100%.
So of course you're gonna do the full dramatic thing. It's 1917. No one can fact check you.
No. What a way to put it.
Yeah.
It's 1917. No one can fact check you.
But
hey, make your money, man.
Make your money.
Make your money.
Yeah, so this next one is from the book called Colonial Williamsburg Hauntings, which I got in Colonial Williamsburg in December.
And I see that there's an image of a
woman in green.
in a green dress.
Yeah. This is another one where I couldn't quite trace back to anything else for Shield's Tavern. But this is from their entry on Shields Tavern. And it says that a lady in green also haunts the tavern. She's most frequently seen around a small corner room in the west side of the first floor, which is likely the couple's bedchamber, Mr. and Mrs. Shields. Cleaning up one evening, a server noticed a woman in a green colonial gown who was walking through the room. At first, she thought it was a hostess,
Mm.
but they did not wear green or gowns. And while cleaning up, another server looked to see the lady in a corner. He was surprised, and she also gave a start, looked surprised, and dissolved right before his eyes.
Oh my God. I like that the ghost was surprised.
Yeah. Well, I do wonder if it's like a time slip situation where it's like, what if Mrs. Shields was just sitting
Um,
in the corner and sees some guy with some like 20th
exactly.
century
There
device?
was like a theory. I don't know if we talked about this before on the podcast, but there's like a theory that ghosts are just like alternate realities that are or parallel universes where the veil gets a little like
Then,
slippery, and
yeah.
that's why we can kind of see each other
Yeah.
through them.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that's why she looked shocked.
Yeah. But the lady in green has also been seen in the lower room where a waitress glanced in a mirror and instead of seeing herself, saw a lady in a gorgeous green gown. When
Ooh,
the waitress stepped back for another look in the mirror, she just saw herself.
it's
Other
creepy.
employees have
I
seen
would
her
be
looking lost just outside the pantry.
terrified if I looked
Yeah.
in the mirror and saw someone who wasn't me.
Yeah. That is absolutely
That's
terrifying.
actually the reason that I don't look inside mirrors at night.
Oh, because
I
you don't
try
want to do
not
that
to.
horror movie thing of like surprise or someone over your shoulder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or like there's something there that's not me, or like my reflection is weird.
Yeah.
So like I do it less now, but I definitely, like when I was more of a like a kid and a teenager, I would just like avert my eyes downward.
Yeah. That makes sense.
The creepier the bathroom, or the less comfortable I am in the bathroom, the more likely I am to not look in the mirror
That's fair. That is
at
fair.
night anyway.
Yeah. So before I get into the Scottish story,
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about Gleistig. Gleistig is a ghost from Scottish mythology, a type of Fuath. I hope I'm saying that right. It's also known as a green maiden and may appear as a woman of beauty or monstrous mien. As a half woman and half goat, similar to a satyr, or just plain in the shape of a goat. The lower goat half is usually disguised by a long flowing green robe or dress, and the woman often appears gray with long yellow hair. This appearance may have had some cross influence, the closely related Norse folklore of hidden folk
Mm-hmm.
across Scandinavia, or like Icelandic folklore as well. That whole idea of like top half is human, bottom half is not, but you're still trying to disguise it. There
Huh.
are different variants depending on depending on where you are in Scotland. Sometimes it's sort of a like she lures you in and then she drinks your blood, and
Ooh.
sometimes like throwing a traveler off course. Other times she's just showing up to look after your cattle for a while.
Look after your cattle.
And it's one of those, this is according to Wikipedia, but like one of the legends in Scotland, there was such a spirit protecting the cattle herds. The townsfolk in gratitude poured some milk from the cows into a hollowed out stone for her to drink. Like, here's some tribute from these things you're protecting, as a we appreciate you protecting them. And according to the same legend, her protection was revoked after one local youth poured boiling milk into the stone and burned her.
Oh, why'd you do that?
Presumably because he is a tween boy who famously are known for their rational, logical, patient thinking skills.
Shut the heck up, man. As a tween girl who was constantly full of wanting everyone to like me and not wanting to hurt anyone, it just didn't make. But I get it.
Yeah. I don't know if tween boys are necessarily filled with the same urges all the time.
Same empathy.
They're filled with some sort of urges, not those, but some sort
Stop
of them.
that. You stop that now. Get out of here. Keep reading your script.
I am psychologically gearing up for peak season right now. Good
Yeah, we
lord.
had a good holiday.
Yeah, we had a good break, but 5 over the road tours with these notorious 15-year-old boys. This is gonna be a time. It's going to
So
be a
you,
time.
yeah, you of all people know about tween boys.
Yeah, exactly. So, Wikipedia goes on to say another rendition of the Glastic legend is that she was once a mortal noblewoman to whom a fairy nature had been given, or who was cursed with goat legs and immortality, and since has been known as the Green Lady. She, again, benign or not. Benign is benign, not is vengeance.
Got
Sometimes
it.
she's murdered in a green dress, said
Ooh.
that, and in most tales, she will continue to look after the house, upholding household duties like washing dishes and sweeping the floor. And there are 9 castles listed in Scotland, Skye, and Southwest England who may have had a green lady of some sort. Um,
What if they all did?
but
So many.
we're going to talk about the Green Lady of 5e.
Oh, 1 second before you move on.
Mm.
I wonder how common green fabric was. Like, how does
So,
one make green when it comes to dyeing it? I know you
um,
make red using, I know you use purple. You make purple using like vegetables. But what do you use to make green? Because maybe the
so,
significance of the green is like it was hard to make, or it was like rare, or maybe it was not rare. It was more common, and that's why it's more likely that they're going to be wearing green.
so green, um, I'm glancing around here. So it does depend a little bit on the shade of
Okay.
green. So it became very popular in the 19th century. This is according to marylandhistory.org. In 1778, the Swedish chemist Carl Scheele discovered how to make Scheele's green, a pigment made with copper arsenite. A pigment became a sensational success and was used enthusiastically during the period, most commonly in wallpapers, paints, but is also used to color textiles.
What year
Green
was
was
this? What?
he figures it out in 1778.
Got it.
I'll link this in the show notes as well, but there's one that is dyed with Shields green that comes out kind of an emeraldy color, blue
Ooh.
tinted emerald. But there's the another dress top that comes out much more muted as a pure green that was likely dyed with copper arsenite.
Ah.
Textile manufacturers were particularly enthralled with this new pigment, as green was a notoriously difficult color to produce. Earlier green dyes were typically achieved by overlaying blue and yellow,
Okay.
but blue is likely hard to get. Yellow, there's a lot of plants that can pull very yellow, so
Mm-hmm.
that's not necessarily hard. But the cyan or whatever
Mm-hmm.
blue pigment was hard to do, and it's hard to do consistently. So getting a consistent green was kind of a thing, which is probably why there's not a lot of green stories around. Um,
Mm.
but
So maybe that one woman haunted with her wedding dress because
because
it was
oh my, yeah,
hard as heck to get a green wedding
yeah,
dress.
maybe. But Shields Green, however, produced a brilliant result with single, seemingly color fast pigment. Because of this, that Shields Green became a predominant feature in early Victorian England. Unfortunately, the miracle dye contained dangerous quantities of arsenic oxide,
Yeah.
commonly referred to just as arsenic. So, victims reported rash, vomiting, abdominal cramps, and headaches, which led to severe illness and sometimes death. So, arsenic was also sometimes used in blue, yellow, and magenta, and the popular dye was joked to have given the population mauve measles.
Oh,
But synthetic dyes were known to leach out of fabrics if not washed carefully, and to cause mild to severe skin irritation. You may have seen like a Shields green. So let's come around the corner here, because like it's this bright jewel green in the emerald family, but much more brighter than emerald. But you can't get that like vibrant yellow green without the arsenic, which again, it's hard to quite get there if you don't have arsenic in. um, but I guess that's also probably why there's not a lot of women in green stories, because no one's wearing green, because how the fuck do you make it? So, to circle back to our final story tonight, Fyvie Castle in Scotland. And there's two main things. There's the Green Lady and the Weeping Stones curse. The
okay.
Weeping Stones is basically The foundational stones all need to like get pulled together, or the first in line can't actually inherit. The Green Lady of Fyvie Castle. This is from greatcastles.com. Although now run by the National Trust for Scotland, Fyvie still has the feel of a family home, and the ghosts and legends that have been collected both around and within its sturdy walls lend it a definite air of mystery. The best known spectre here is that of the Green Lady, thought to be Dame Lilias Drummond, wife of Alexander Seton, owner of the castle in the early 17th century. They had 5 children, all daughters,
Okay.
and this rankled with the ambitious Seton, who longed for a son.
Mm.
One day, his discontented eye fixed upon one of his wife's relatives,
Uh-oh.
a young woman named Griselle Leslie. And soon enough, they're having an affair. And
Don't do that.
Dame Lilias retires to her house in Fife, where she became ill and died on May 8th, 1601, age of 29. She was barely cold before Alexander married Griselle and brought her to live at Fyvie Castle. On their wedding night, they are disturbed by moans and heavy sighs outside their bedroom window. Seton comforted his terrified new wife, assuring her it was just the wind. But the following day, on opening the window, he found etched into the solid stone on the outside ledge the name D. Lilias Drummond. The mysterious impression is still there, while Lilias's spirit, swathed in green, frequently returns to the old castle stairways and corridors, bemoaning her betrayal and leaving the delicate fragrance of rose petals in her ghostly wake. In July 2002, an
Oh, this
Australian
is a nice
visitor.
smell.
Yeah.
Sorry. Continue.
In July 2002, an Australian visitor saw her in the dressing room off of the Gordon bedroom, where the castle guides often complain of feeling that they are being watched. A member of staff, who one winter's day was cleaning the castle armor, stepped aside to let a lady in a flowing dress pass by, and was astonished when she suddenly vanished. Another visitor was somewhat taken aback to see a woman's reflection gazing through a green mist in a bedroom mirror. Dame Lilias is a harmless spectre, accepted as simply the oldest residence of this remarkable and spellbinding fortress. And that's all I have. If you enjoyed this episode, please support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/drearymidnight. If you want to see our website, we are drearymidnightpod.com. Send us an email for all of my pronunciation corrections at drearymidnightpodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to follow the show on socials, we are instagram.com/drearymidnightpod. With all that said, beware of green dye, because it's almost as deadly as the women who are wearing it.
That was good.
And safe travels home on this dreary midnight. Good night.
Good night.